Oh boy, look at that card we got in that top left ancestral. No! I swear I wasn't doing that on purpose. Oh my god. Oh man. So this is actually kind of funny. I have been having mouse trouble lately, and my left click doesn't work and it like floats when I go to click. Oh man, that hurts. I passed an ancestral recall, but yeah, I was trying to do this so that I could do it, but sometimes my mouse, when I click on stuff, it'll like click a bunch of times and like float and then click. So basically I clicked here and then my mouse like moved up and then dragged down and then just basically took the walking ballista. Well, we just passed an ancestral recall. That's unfortunate. How do we recover from that? Okay, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna take a demonic tutor. I mean, recall and demonic tutor would have been awesome. I guess I could draft like a low to the ground aggro deck. That was brutal. Low to the ground aggro deck with demonic tutor is good. I love a Johnny. I don't like taking consecrated sphinx after I just passed recall, so I think I'm just gonna take demonic tutor and see what happens here. Living death. Okay, this might be a blessing in disguise. See, look, I just tried to drag and it did the same thing. wait. What? Why is that happening? I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm gonna take living death. This is gonna be a good opportunity to try and draft one of my favorite archetypes, which is Bazaar of Baghdad plus living death. Tutor effects are very important in that deck, so starting with demonic tutor is a great way to get there, and then we can probably wheel this Ashen Rider. So I'm just going to take Living Death very highly. There's our Buried Alive. Okay. This is, you know, it's not as good as getting Recall, but I love this archetype, and this is actually a very good start. Plus, we kind of passed a bunch of blue cards. Because this deck, I mean, you could be mono black effectively. There's our Liliana. Okay, you know what? This is fine. We may have gifted some things to the other people, but Liliana Damnation has the best artwork. Opposition would be kind of fun, but this is also a discard outlet. Recurring Nightmare. Okay. You know, sometimes, ooh, we could. So Recurring Nightmare, I guess, is better if we're not playing Oath of Druids. Like, kind of like Revelark Recurring Nightmare. That's actually just busted. Let's do that. We're gonna draft. We really need Bazaar of Baghdad, but we have basically everything. We're gonna take all of the black tutor effects we can. I'm trying to we're trying to keep a game face here. I think this draft is salvageable, but it really hurts. Oh man, Hymn to Torok versus Iona. Oh, that's hard. I want both. Iona is kind of replaceable in that like you can just get other fatties to reanimate. Hymn to Torok is just a really strong like early play. It's not the best combo with Living Death. Oh, this hurts. Because I've Buried Alive, Recurring Nightmare, Living Death. I think I'm going to take Hymn to Torok. It's really hard to pass that one up. Dark Petition is also great. Again, Massacre Worm is unfortunate, but we could be like mono black even. Mesmeric Fiend versus Gifts Ungiven. I like the Fiend. Playing this early and then like doing stuff is nice. I'm going to take Night of Autumn over... Actually, Crucible of Worlds is good if we do get Bazaar of Baghdad. Night of Autumn is a good card to get back with Living Death, but I'll take Crucible. Here's a Necrotal, really good combo with Recurring Nightmare. There's also a very late Land War Elves though, and going black-green Recurring Nightmares, I'm gonna take the Elves. That is really late. Now I can take Damnation. Yeah, Elves into Recurring Nightmare is also just like a really sweet combo. Vampire Hexmage, I don't understand why this is in the cube if Dark Depths isn't in. Last pick Tendrils. For shame. For shame. Yeah, like, just put Dark Depths in the cube or something to combo with this. Because right now it's like a 2-mana kill a Planeswalker. But it doesn't even, like, counter a Planeswalker. It lets the Planeswalker enter, activate an ability, and then you kill it. So the best case scenario for this card is you're down... Like, you're just down cards. Not the best. I think I gotta take Imperial Seal. That card is quite good. It's not a Vampiric Tutor, but it can get Recurring Nightmare and Living Death. So we take that. Ulamog is a very good card to reanimate. Bloodstained Mire helps with the mana. I'll just take Ulamog. I think we need some big dudes. I passed Iona. I forgot what I passed it for. I think him to Torok. That I still stand by that. I don't know if I like Walking Ballista, but you can like play it for 2 to Recurring Nightmare. It kills itself. You can play it for 0 if you need like to get a creature in their graveyard to get this going. Ooh. This is actually tough. Most decks I would say Thoughtseize is better, but Grave Titan with Recurring Nightmare is kind of good. That's pretty good. And like, there's not that many good cards in this pack, except for, I guess there's a ton of great mana. But Grave Titan almost never comes around. Let's see, I have him to Turok, I have Mesmeric Fiend. I think I'm going to take the Titan. This effect is kind of more important in this deck in particular. This is one of the best Ophiomancer decks. It's also one of the best Thragtusk decks. Ophiomancer Recurring Nightmare is the real combo there. I think I'm just going to take the Ophi. It's such a good combo with Nightmare. Vampiric Tutor, okay. We just got to find Bazaar of Baghdad now. I don't know why anyone would take it. We're taking like all of the tutors. Loot Scoot. I like the Looter Scooter. I also like Plague Crafter, but this is a really good combo with Recurring Nightmare. This is also pretty decent because he just kills himself, but we're going to take the Copter. The other guy might even wheel. There's Exhume. Okay, we can do this. Coming back. So we can take Unburial Rites, but I'm kind of leaning towards Cabal Ritual because we have tons of reanimation effects. Actually, we just have Exhume, but we're basically just going to get Recurring Nightmare. Cabal Ritual is like the perfect combo if we do get Bazaar of Baghdad, because if you have Threshold, you basically just need Bazaar, 2 lands, and then you can Living Death. And you're going to have Threshold because you're activating Bazaar. So I think that's fine. Wow, we got Arena and Night's Whisper back. And an Inferno Titan. I think I'm going to take Night's Whisper. It's a little bit cheaper. It does do a lot of damage to us. Like, we're going to be hurting ourselves so much. And reanimating Inferno Titan seems sweet, but let's get all the card draw and then go from there. Shallow Grave, Ink Eyes. When it deals combat damage to a player, you can get a creature. I have tons of tutors, not that many like actual discard outlets, but I have Recurring Nightmare Shallow Grave, which is actually a pretty good combo. Here we take Thundermaw. I think this was the pack that I was hoping to wheel something from. Thoughtseize, I think. But Thundermaw's just a good card to get back. Hissing Quagmire helps with the mana. I don't think this is a Yawgmoth's Will deck. Not going to play any of this. So I'll take Parallax Wave. Wow, we got Plague Crafter back. I think I like that more than looting, mostly because I'm not going to be in red. Alright, Bazaar of Baghdad. This pack. Please. Please, Magic Gods. Oh, wow. We got Myr Battlesphere and Animate Dead and Zealous Conscripts in the same pack. So Battlesphere Recurring Nightmare is just super busted. I have like infinite tutors, so I'm basically going to get it. I don't think that many people should be taking Animate Dead because I have all the enablers. So I think I'm just going to take the busted payoff card first. I don't have Entomb. I'm just going to take Animate Dead. It's really good. Ooh, that's an Emrakul. I do have a Shallow Grave. I'm passing on, like, I don't think I can actually put Dark Confidant in this deck, and yeah, we'll take Emrakul. I know it could just undo all the discarding that I've done, but I have Shallow Grave, so there's something there. I'm probably not going to play it. I actually might put Tendrils in this deck just because of how much damage we're doing to ourselves. We'll see. It's going to be over here somewhere. Haha. There's a library. I don't even know if this deck wants a library. I feel like we kind of just want like a Duress. Or I don't actually think I can play this Llanowar Elves. I think I basically have to commit to like mono black at this point. So we might be playing Hexmage. Like, library is good. I have all these tutors. Alright, fine. I'll take it. I'm going to try and wheel the Duress. I honestly don't know if this is even just better than Duress here. But there's a chance Duress comes around. Una's Prowler. Okay. That's a really good combo with Nightmare. We're passing a Jite, but I kind of have to take this card here. I need more big dudes. Wait, where's my Myr Battlesphere? Oh, I took Animate Dead over it. Okay, I kind of wish I had a Battlesphere, but we should be able to find at least like one more fatty, and then we can have 3 cards to get back with Buried Alive. Although, honestly, just getting Revelark seems pretty nice too. Oh man, why are they all in the same pack? Entomb is the card we have to take. Dragonlord Atarka, we hope to wheel. This is a great card to reanimate, but we have now like basically infinite tutors. So we can just kind of go from there. Shriekmaw, Glorybringer, Corpse Dance. I mean, I could be all in on Emrakul. I have Imperial Seal, Vampiric Tutor, Entomb to put Emrakul into the graveyard. I could get Corpse Dance and like haste it out, but honestly, I think just like getting a Glorybringer here is just better. I can discard it and then like get it back with Recurring Nightmare, exert it, and then sacrifice it. Let's just get Glorybringer. Corpse Dance should also come around. There's a Necromancy. There's also a Hypnotic Spectre and a Phyrexian Revoker. I mean, I have Entomb with like all of the Reanimate effects, so I'll just get Necromancy. We're gonna be like as consistent as humanly possible. There's a Putrid Imp, which is perfect. Yeah, we're just straight up mono black Reanimator. Kind of awesome. I wish Lake of the Dead was in the cube. Sorely missing that card. Very far from casting those. Dark Confidant is super ambitious, but I kind of like it better than Bitter Blossom. No, actually, Bitter Blossom's fine. Okay, I mean, I'll take a Leovold because I can reanimate it. This gives me like some game against Storm because I don't have Iona. I might even main deck it. Flicker Wisp is pretty good for resetting abilities. Atarka didn't come around. Who took my Atarka? It's fine. We're just gonna like, I mean, most of the time we're going to be reanimating this Ulamog. Corpse Dance. So now I have, this is a very strange deck, by the way. Now I have like no Bazaar of Baghdad, which is, I would trade this for that like very happily. I almost don't even want this in my deck because I need black mana, but I can put Emrakul in. I don't think I want this. I can like Entomb plus Shallowgrave or Entomb plus Corpse Dance. I have so many tutors. I think I can do it. Don't think I want a Vampire Hexmage because it's just kind of weak. Leovold is kind of weaker than these big boys. Revelark is actually, this is power 2 or less. So do I have any Revelark loops? That's what I'm looking at. Not really, because I still have to recast Recurring Nightmare. So I think I'm just going to keep, do I even need these? I think I need one. I think I would rather have Glorybringer, because that at least kills creatures. So I can bury it alive and get back Glorybringer, Grave Titan, Ulamog, and that should just win the game. I don't hate that. I don't really need Damnation, because I have Living Death. I like Liliana, Playcrafter, Ophiomancer. Flicker Wisp is a bit greedy, I think, because I just can't cast it. Smuggler's Copter also might just not work out. I already have other discard outlets anyway. Bitter Blossom's kind of weak. Knight's Prisper, Una's Prowler. I'm down to 27. Honestly, I would trade this Hymn to Torok for Iona now. I didn't realize how good this deck would be. Dark Petition is a little bit expensive. Like 5 mana is a lot to hit. So I think I cut that. I'm okay with like Living Death being in the deck because that's quite a bit cheaper, but yeah, I mean, now I have like Entomb, Shallowgrave, and Corpse Dance for Emrakul. And I can Recurring Nightmare sacrifice them if I have that in play. So that's 25. I still need to make cuts. That feeling when you just have every single Reanimate card in the whole cube. I could get rid of Glorybringer, but it seems like kind of decent. Just as like a 5 mana Reanimate target. It doesn't kill them very quickly. But I really like it, plus its interaction with Recurring Nightmare is nice. Maybe I actually just don't play Living Death because I have so much like Tutor. And if I don't play Living Death, my curve basically stops at 3. So then I can bring back something like a Vampire Hexmage just so I can reanimate stuff. I really want to put in Smuggler's Copter, but I don't have like, I have Putrid Imp, Mesmeric Fiend, Una's Prowler, Ophiomancer, Plaguecrafter. It's not exactly enough. So maybe just play Bitter Blossom. 25. Yeah, because Bitter Blossom Recurring Nightmare is a combo. I'm sad I didn't get that Murd Battlesphere back either. Like, I have all of the enablers, but very little payoff. But fortunately, one hit with Ulamog just wins. I just have to not play against Path to Exile. I want to make one cut, and then 16 land seems okay. I really just don't think I'm going to play Library. People, like, that might seem wrong, but my curve stops at 3, and I have all of these 1-mana tutors. Maybe I just play 15 lands. Because that also, like, discarding the hand size isn't a bad thing here. I don't have the literal card Reanimate, but I have everything else. Maybe I cut Cabal Ritual. Because I'm not going to fill my graveyard that quickly. So I can play 16 land Cabal Ritual. I don't think I'm playing Library. I think my deck empties its hand way too quick for that. So I really wish I had whatever I took over that, Iona or something instead. But you live and you learn. We're going to see how this deck does. See you guys round 1. Alright, I'm going to keep this hand, I think. Seems okay. It's a lot of lands, but I have Corpse Dance, I have Night's Whisper. So if I just like turn 2 Night's Whisper, I can discard a hand naturally if I draw a fatty. Or just discard some of these infinite swamps. Or I can play it slow. There's a couple things we can do. Against a Blood Crypt. I think my deck matches up pretty decent against... Okay, never mind. Whatever's going on over there. Necromancy. I think I'm okay just casting this and discarding. Like, looting away swamps is fine. What do I discard here? I basically wanted to be able to get creatures in the graveyard, but that's what Una's Prowler does. I think I just discard a land. Next turn I can jam Ophiomancer, most likely. Or probably Fiend. That's a lot of swamps. Yeah, let's just stop them from doing stuff. Also see what's going on over there. And if it hits a mana drain, that's great for me. I'd rather have the mana drain to 2-drop than basically anything else. But yeah, I should have just mulliganed this hand to begin with. That also says to me they don't have any other counter spells, because otherwise they wouldn't mana drain. So they get rid of Corpse Dance? Okay. The beginning of the next cleanup step. So you can't Necromancy and Emrakul because, well, you can, but it'll enter play and then just leave play right away. Brazen Borrower Hardcast. That seems odd given what they just saw, right? They just saw that I'm playing Reanimator, and Brazen Borrower is very good against Reanimator. Maybe the rest of their hand is good, but that is suspect. So I think at this point I would just tutor up a Shallow Grave, or Buried Alive. Show and Tell. Uh-oh. Yeah, you got it. I cannot Mesmeric Fiend them. This might be an Emrakul. We'll see. Show and Tell is so sketchy. They put control magic into play? What is going on? I don't know what's happening. Their plays this game have been so weird. I'll take the 3. So they get some snakes, but what? Okay. I could just hit him with an Emrakul. 1, 2, 3. Just hit him with an Emrakul. Let's play around Daze. Hold control. Let's Entomb. I guess I could do it in response to the trigger. That's gotta be good enough. Shallow Grave. So I lose my graveyard, but I can just kind of nug them to death here. Do I attack with a snake? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They just go to 1 land. Yeah, that's probably just game. They kept just a Brazen Borrower. And they have to discard a card to Una's Prowler as well. Or they just die. Okay. Opponent, what are you doing over there? I don't know what's happening, but we're just gonna run it back. Walking Ballista seems decent against whatever's going on over there, but we'll just be wary of a control magic and keep it the same. Well, this is a turn 2 Bitter Blossom. Plus Buried Alive is just great in this deck. And then anything from hand I can reanimate. So, yeah, I'm good with this. And the opponent just played super weird that game. Casting Show and Tell against the Reanimator deck and putting into play... I don't know. I will run Bitter Blossom into Mana Drain if they have it. Because if they don't have it, the upside is so high. There we go. And now I have something to sacrifice to Playcrafter, so like they can't really play a creature very safely. Sure. Okay, I mean that's fine. Okay. That's kind of a way to beat Bitter Blossom, but now I just get to Buried Alive. Buried Alive. So let's get Ulamog, Glorybringer, Grave Titan. Go. So those are no longer dead draws. I mean, I could have cast Grave Titan, but it's unlikely. Opponent gets a Brazen Borrower. I can Mesmeric Fiend. I like that. Yeah, let's find out what's going on. Start with a Fiend. Because that can't mana drain like my spells now. Why are they playing Exhume? I don't... Are they Reanimator? I'm going to take Control Magic because that card's like pretty good against me. The rest of their hand does actually nothing. Except for maybe they can like get lucky with Deceiver Exarch. But Control Magic's gone. I'm just going to Knights... I guess I'll just play Una's Prowler. Getting creatures in play is good. That blocks Brazen Borrower. And their hand is bad. Really bad, actually. Why is Exhume in the deck? That was an amazing top deck. That was an unreal... Okay, so they're playing Reanimator. Okay, that makes sense. That was a very, very good top deck. I guess I could have figured that out. I don't know. They take Grave Titan. I guess that plays around Plague Crafter. I'll offer a trade here. That's just a weird... Like, I have Ulamog. How do they stop that? I can trade here, or I can, like, keep back and try and Plague Crafter the Grave Titan. But they could... If I just double block like that, they can just, discard something. Okay, and getting that out of play is good, too, because they could have discarded Wormcoil Engine and then animated it with Exhume. It would be bad, but it's a valid play they could have. So let's start with Knight's Whisper. Huh. Oh, Corpse Dance. Alright, let's Plague Crafter, I guess. We've drawn pretty poorly, I will say. We're gonna lose our Plague Crafter, they lose a zombie, and we just have to draw Entomb. We can also Demonic Tutor, Entomb, Corpse Dance. Imperial Seal is too slow, but hitting with Emrakul should be... Actually, it's not enough anymore, I don't think. Okay, that's just game. Alright, on to game 3. Weird things going on over there. Liliana's Triumph. I guess Living Death is kind of good. And I don't really want to cut anything. Liliana against the Reanimator deck is kind of suspect, but she's so good otherwise. Like, she's a discard enabler for us. She also can tick up to ultimate. I honestly don't know what to cut here. I'm leaning towards Liliana. Alright. Goodbye, Liliana. No, she's gotta be better than Una's Prowler. Let's be real. Let's do this. Liliana, like, she can Edict. Okay, well this... No, we have Ulamog in hand. Well, it's a turn 2 Animate Dead. That's not much to complain about. Opponent's going for the library game plan. It's Entomb. This is just Grave Titan since I have Ulamog. Let's animate the Grave Titan before they get the chance to do anything. Nice library. Yep, turn 2 Grave Titan on the play is not bad. Plays around an Edict. Inquisition takes Ophiomancer, that is good. But, oh wow, that was a nice one. So let's attack. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're actually just dead next turn. Oh, and they drew! Nice. So now I can Fiend, like, based on what they've drawn. Fiend. So I don't think any of this does anything. Bitter Blossom doesn't do anything. Brutality, they can gain some life, but they're taking lethal, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah. So Control Magic, I guess, is the scariest card. I guess if I take Brutality, they can no longer Corpse Dance. I'll just take their only play. So now they just have to top deck something. Necromancy, Ophiomancer. They drew Necromancy again? Oh my gosh. I don't think that buys them enough time. It's pretty close. So they're going to Control Magic next turn anyway. They get back Collective Brutality. I think just swinging out, hitting them for damage. So right now their blocks are like here and here. They take 8. Then their Control Magic is worse. If I don't attack with Mesmeric Fiend, if I attack like this, they definitely have to Death Touch here and then block here and they take 6. I like hitting them for 8. That makes it very hard for them to block and survive. I don't... Okay. Play Swamp, go. So they have 2 blockers. They can Control Magic a 3rd. Corpse Dance doesn't work. They can never play Bitter Blossom. Alright, opponent's been in the tank. They drew show and tell. So they're killing a thing and they gain life. Passing turn with mana drain up. They're dead on board. Let's attack. Right, they can block 2 and they take 6. That's game! Even Brazen Borrower doesn't save them here. Alright, I don't know why they tanked for so long. See you guys round 2. So I think after playing that round, I need to mulligan more aggressively with this deck because I have like infinite tutors. I think this one's worth keeping. Any creature I draw I can reanimate. And I have a turn 2 Bitter Blossom, but I have like infinite tutors and like all my spells are cheap. So mulliganing isn't that bad. But I think this is a defensible keep because we're like really any card away from just going off. I have a discard, reanimation. Okay. That's a lot of reanimation here. I will attack. Let's play Bitter Blossom, pass turn. Hope to not get mana tithed. Thoughtseize is just completely dead against us because all of our cards are the same thing basically. Demonic Tutor. That'll do it. I need to resolve it. Let's hit for 1 first. So if they have Mana Leak, they can stop Demonic Tutor. I still think it's worth it because just waiting more turns is even worse for me. If they kill Putrid Imp, and that's why I'm attacking now. If they kill Putrid Imp, I can Demonic Tutor for Entomb. Because that's basically like having Fatty in hand plus an Imp. In fact, I could just get Entomb. The problem with Entomb is it's counterable, but Emrakul is very enticing. And like, let's say I get Emrakul and then they kill Putrid Imp, that's so bad. Just get Entomb. This also plays around Thoughtseize. So they have Ashiok. Alright, I think at this point I just cast Entomb. And then, not getting Emrakul obviously, I think I just get Ulamog and then I Shallow Grave the Ulamog. Because that hits them for 12, they fall to 5 life and I'll have 9 cards in library. It seems I'm definitely doing this. We'll see what Ashiok can hit. Because I could also go for Exhume. They hit my Grave Titan. Rough. So what do I want to draw? A land? I have a land. Depends what I want to play around really here. I think Shallow Grave just puts the most pressure. I could have gone for Entomb on my turn and just killed them, but I guess they conceded to Ulamog anyway, so that works. I like 3-color stuff with an Ashiok. I think I just keep the deck the same. We just, a hasty reanimation can just destroy some decks. And I literally have like everything, so we should be consistent. Okay, so this hand has Animate Dead, Una's Prowler, Hymn to Torok. So I think I'm willing to keep a hand that's one thing away from going off, as long as it has Disruption. There's Shallow Grave. Okay, we're very close. We just Hymn to Torok them. Turn 2 most likely. Especially if they're attacking with an Arbor Elf here. And the benefit of Hymn to Toroking them is we can Animate Dead one of their creatures. Like if, let's say we hit like a Terastodon with him. Opponent's thinking about the old mono green ninjutsu play, as it were. Okay. There's a Corpse Dance. We got most everything. Show me a Terastodon. Pack Rat. Honestly, I'll reanimate a Pack Rat. That seems good to me. If I don't draw anything. We could just go deep on Pack Rat and get him. Never mind. Grave Titan it is. Play a Prowler. Next turn we can do the Grave Titan thing. In fact, I might actually, depending on what I draw, Animate Dead their Pack Rat and like Shallow Grave a Grave Titan. That seems kind of good. Let's go Swamp. Discard Grave Titan. Shallow Grave. Because that just puts like tons of zombies into play. And then post-combat I get to Animate Dead their Pack Rat. And then just start like making tons of rats every turn. Nature's Claim? Sure. Well, really glad I went with this play. Because now I get all the Grave Titan zombies. Opponent can Nature's Claim, but again, I'm live to draw any creature. Yeah, alright, we're in the finals. Look at this comeback. And this is an important moral lesson. When you're playing games, bad things can happen, but don't tilt. It's one pick, right? I missed an Ancestral Recall. It's bad, but we made the best of it. We're in the finals with an absurd deck, and we're probably going to 3-0 anyway. So it's not really worth getting too bent out of shape when something terrible happens in Magic, just because, like, you having a bad mentality is going to be worse for your game and your results than, like, whatever thing that happened that was bad. And hopefully this draft is showing it. We'll see what happens in the finals. Wow, we get to be on the play too? Data Vanquish. Data Vanquish? Something like that. Good luck, have fun. Alright, let's mulligan aggressively or just have... I have Exhume. I have Plague Crafter. I think I keep this. This is turn 2 Bitter Blossom and then any discard outlet away from an Ulamog. And like pretty much every hand I've been keeping has been like one thing away from doing stuff like this. It's hard to imagine the hand getting too much better without having literal entombment. Swamp, okay. I mean, Bitter Blossom into Playcrafter is also pretty good. As long as they don't mana tithe us. Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. Oh, that's scary. Ophiomancer. Alright. Give us the goods. I could have waited to discard to Ulamog, but that felt like a lower percentage play than just trying to hit a discard outlet. If they play Planeswalker, I can play Crafter it. Okay, not that Planeswalker. It's a lot of lands. Alright, what do I do here? Definitely attack Elspeth here. Here. I don't think I'm willing to attack with Ophiomancer because they could just sacrifice 2 soldier tokens. So I think I just attack like this. Yeah, that kind of hurts, but now we play Crafter, sacrifice our snake. They lose a soldier, whatever. They go up to like 1,000,000 soldier tokens. But we have Bitter Blossom, which can kill Elspeth, and then flyers beat ground soldiers. So I think I want Night's Whisper into Entomb into Glorybringer. That would be kind of awesome. Well, they don't really have any attacks, which is good. Okay, what is going on with these lands? Let's attack Elspeth again. Attack Elspeth, attack Elspeth, attack Elspeth, attack Elspeth. They can kill our Playcrafter, and that's not the end of the world. Getting Playcrafter in the graveyard is better for recruiting Nightmare top decks. Let's play a land. I'm not going to Exhume Playcrafter, it's just not worth it. What do they like, Vendilion click my Ophiomancer? Oh, or that makes sense. That's scary, because now they could like Ugin or Karn. I don't like any of that. Yeah, that's a lot of soldiers. No. That's beatable. That deals with Ulamog though. Yep. Liliana of the Veil. So Liliana can discard Ulamog and now I can reanimate? Let's move to combat first. Attack Elspeth. Attack Elspeth. I'm gonna leave the snake back to block Frost Titan. I think I'm just gonna go for it. They have to suicide their Frost Titan to make this work. Nice. Okay, acceptable. So we still have Liliana. I think Liliana dies, but Shallow Grave is good. Now I don't want Ophiomancer to die because honestly, just Shallow Grave exiling 20 cards from their library might just be enough to win. They're all swinging at Liliana and me. Okay. Can keep Liliana alive. Go down to 3. Do I even care about keeping Liliana alive? Not really. I think I just like blocking like this. Saves a lot of life. I can just draw Grave Titan to hardcast now. Oh no, that's bad. Because now they just get Frost Titan flying. Yeah, double Elspeths. Actually, flying Frost Titan isn't that bad. Why am I drawing only lands like every game? Let's attack Elspeth. No, other one. Sun's Champion. Sun's Champion. I think I just have to start pressuring their life total now. This is not going well. I need to draw a spell, like, at some point. because this is just too many lands. I'm keeping back 2 Fairy Rogues because they can give Frost Titan flying and then tap 1 down. And also like trading for their creatures. Oh, dude! I think I'm just dead. That is an obscene amount of damage. They didn't even use Elspeth's ability. I think I'm dead. So I block here and I take 14. I'm not dead. Oh, I'm dead to Bitter Blossom. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I was like 14 is not 15, but in that case it was. So they're playing like just a bunch of Planeswalkers, so Vampire Hexmage, although it's not great, seems necessary. And again, I don't know what to cut. I've never even drawn Recurring Nightmare or a Tutor effect, like all of these games. I've just drawn lands. That's so brutal. Plaguecrafter seems kind of bad against all their tokens, so I can make that switch. Like every Planeswalker they had just made tokens. I could bring in Damnation. I'll keep this. So we can just have like a very, very hasty... Imperial Seal's gonna find Entomb. And then I can Demonic Tutor for like backup. What do I Demonic Tutor for? Because I'm going to Entomb plus Exhume on Glorybringer. Or not Glorybringer, the big boy Emrakul. Demonic Tutor for... I guess Liliana? Liliana's interesting. Recurring Nightmare is also interesting. Or I can Shallow Grave a turn 2 Emrakul, but then my follow-up is not that good. What am I getting here? I think I just want Liliana, but Buried Alive is also pretty good. Let's just get Liliana. Go ahead. So they have Counterspell I know about. And the reason for Liliana is like, if my opponent control magics my Ulamog, then I can Edict it away. And I want to Entomb and Upkeep here, because I don't want to draw Ulamog. Or, no, because drawing Grave Titan is fine. Let's get Ulamog. Ooh, Corpse Dance is good. So now I can go for Exhume. Hope that works. If they counter it, they counter it. And then I can go for Corpse Dance. And they don't have a thing. Nice. Go. I wonder if that's the recall that I passed them. Do I get a hit? I think I might get a hit. Might get a... Ooh, sword. Okay, we're getting a hit. Beautiful. And they're discarding the hand size. Discard Elspeth. Okay. This looks promising. Now we can Corpse Dance and Grave Titan next turn. Let's hit them, see what's going on in their deck. Counterspell, they have Moat. That's scary. Wings of Abandon, also scary. The rest of it, not so scary. So they have Winds of Abandon, Banishing Light, and Moat. Counterspell appears to be the only counterspell they have. Play Liliana. Uptick. Let's discard Grave Titan. Wow, Remand, okay. What do they got going on over there? Jace, Bounce, Ulamog. That's not gonna do it. They're dead. Beautiful. Because I can just Corpse Dance. And I can even play around Daze now. And if they let this go through, I'll be able to see their entire deck. Attack them. Ah, okay. On to game 3. Let's go. So they have a lot of, like, Exile. And then just a bunch of Planeswalkers. So what do we want to do? Maybe I do bring in Library of Alexandria on the draw against their deck in particular, just because it does give us some kind of inevitability. Living Death lets us beat tokens and gives us a failsafe if they like kill a bunch of stuff. But I don't really think there's anything I want to cut. So I'm just gonna bring in Library and keep the rest as it is. I don't know if Library is correct. Wow, this hand's good. This hand's pretty good. So what do I do? Imperial Seal for... They have Preordained, okay. Let's see how they Preordained. 2 cards on bottom. Beautiful. Corpse Dance, okay. So let's definitely cast Imperial Seal turn 1. The real question is, what are we getting? I can get Entomb, and then I can go turn 2 Bitter Blossom, turn 3 play another Demonic Tutor, and then I can like Entomb Corpse Dance. And that plays around all of their sorcery speed exile. They would just have to have counter spells. I can get him to Torok though, and that seems pretty backbreaking. Because they mulligan to 6. Him to Torok versus Entomb. I'm gonna get him to Torok. Let's be a little bit more disruptive. I'm gonna go Bitter Blossom. Because basically the later you wait to Corpse Dance and Emrakul, the better it gets. Grim Monolith. Alright, I'm going to him to Torok before playing Bitter Blossom here. I want to hit some of their action spells. I hit 2 lands that might have been good, that might have been bad, I don't know. That looks like it was bad. I drew Entomb. That was even better. Let's go Swamp, Bitter Blossom. That puts pressure on them. Man, hitting 2 lands is kind of rough. Maybe not. No, they made a land drop. So I start making Bitter Blossom tokens. Here's what I really want to happen. They draw step Vendilion click me. No. So I can just go for it. They would need counterspell specifically. Or I can Demonic Tutor for a Mesmeric Fiend. I don't feel a rush here. Demonic Tutor for Mesmeric Fiend. They have 2 cards in hand. One of them could easily be counterspell. I think I want to play it a bit safe. We'll start here. Because 1 hit off Emrakul ends the game. Fair enough. Glad I didn't go for it. So they have no cards in hand. I can no longer reanimate anything, but I have a Bitter Blossom. And I have a Vampiric Tutor. All of this is good. So I can vamp for a Plague Crafter, and I'll get it next turn. They have no cards in hand, so they're just top decking. Actually, Liliana is better than Plague Crafter, isn't it? What is this? Elspeth? Gideon. Okay. Gideon's not bad. So I have to get Liliana. Let's vamp. Liliana of the Veil. That's the best thing I can do, right? Yeah. Make a thing. So Liliana edicts away the priest. And then next turn I can go for the Entomb Corpse Dance game plan. They can grab Moat, but that doesn't stop Emrakul specifically. Right, they can downtick Gideon to kill Mesmeric Fiend. Actually, that would be a little bit rough. But Moat is so... I think Moat is actively bad for them. Yeah. So they lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 permanents. And we know they didn't top deck a counterspell. Even if they did, we could Liliana. I guess I don't want to go to draw step because I don't want to draw Emrakul. Both of these are instant, so I can just Entomb Corpse Dance right now. They have no cards in hand. Getting Emrakul, Corpse Dance. Get him back. Ooh, Glorybringer, okay. I think they all have to attack Gideon, right? We'll find out. Yeah, okay, they do. So they sacrifice Gideon. Whoa, wait, if they sacrifice Gideon, I think they die. Does that fog combat? That would be absurd if it does. I think they just die though. It does fog combat, wow. Let's discard a Glorybringer. Go. Emrakul's gone, but they have 2 lands against my Bitter Blossom. Oh, that'll do it. Shallow Grave and Ulamog. This deck is busted. So they have 6 cards in library. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're at 4 life. Can they win with 6 cards in library? I don't think so. Yeah, we did it. Oh, let's go to limited here. Wow, that was another trophy. I've trophied like 4 in a row right now. Wow. Okay. Well, that's awesome. So even though we had that terrible start in pack 1, still got a trophy, still had fun, and actually got to draft a different archetype than I've like ever really drafted on stream. So, okay, we did it. See you guys next time.